And yes, you're welcome to the Confidence in the Diaspora series. It's been amazing, and I am Leslie Grace, the founder at the Smart Speakers Academy and the lead coach here at the Smart Speakers Academy. And I love it, love it, love it that tonight we're going to be having an amazing guest join us today for the Confidence in the Diaspora series. This conversation has been what we've been on all through July, and we've been loving it, talking about the kind of confidence that you need in the diaspora, what we call diasporfidence. This was born when we realized that the kind of confidence crisis that happens when you are in the diaspora is not normal, is not conventional. And we knew that, hey, there's something different. And because there's something different, then it means that we also need to address it differently as well, and to also give it a different name. So we called it diaphobia, the fear, the fog that you feel because you went to the diaspora. Environment is new. Yes, it's not culture shock. It's not just having to do with the novelty or the newness of the environment per se, but then it's something more. So it causes freeze, it causes the fog, it causes the fear to do the things that normally you could have done in your home, but because you're in the diaspora, it's a lot more difficult. And this conversation has been here throughout July, and today we're having an amazing person to come join in. How has this conversation been for you thus far? One thing you want to do right now is to tag a professional. Let them know. Jennifer is the children's coach for children in the diaspora. She's a confidence coach for children in the diaspora, and she can relate to it. And we want to also unpack this whole conversation. And most importantly, you would also know that the confidence crisis you are facing in the diaspora is rubbing off on your kids. So you need to do something about it already, because of course you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot parent confident children if you are not confident yourself. So it's something that you want to let a professional know and let them join in already on this conversation to unpack this whole confidence issue. And yes, we have Jennifer in the building. We are live on this conversation, and yes, hello Jennifer. Hi Jennifer. So good to have
Hi. Hello, Coach Chris.
you.
So good
Yeah,
to be here again. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you
Oh,
too?
I'm doing great, thank you.
It's so good to have you here today. So, Coach Jennifer is the lead coach at the Exceptional You Academy. She's a confidence coach for children, and she does amazing. So let me allow her. Jennifer, yes, yes, yes. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Hello, Coach Grace. So good to be here again.
So good
Hello,
to
everyone. My name is Jennifer Okeke. I am the lead coach of the Exceptional Children's Tribe. Thank you
mm,
so much for having me, Coach Grace. It's really an honor to be part of this conversation. And really, I couldn't agree more because confidence versus performance is such a tiny topic,
mhm,
especially for us in the diaspora. Especially for us in the diaspora. What a joy it is it to be here. You know, I'm really delighted about this conversation because being a passionate advocate for diaspora families, I believe with every fiber of my being that diaspora children can thrive, not
mm.
just survive. Yeah,
Awesome.
someone who works closely with children, particularly Black and diaspora children, I see every day how these struggles show up in your
Mm,
hearts long before they have words to explain them. So thank you again, Coach Grace, for having me. It's
mm,
truly a delight to be here. Thank you.
mm. Diaspora children suffer this long before they have the words
Yeah,
to.
that's
It's such an honor to have you here too, Jennifer. It's good that we're having voices to give this whole fear a name. And Jennifer said something quite insightful. Jennifer said that the children don't even have the name. Do you know, Jennifer, I also discovered that the professionals don't have a name. As a confidence coach, I work with professionals, busy professionals all over the world. And I have discovered that even the professional didn't have a name. So we named it diaphobia
oh,
from two
interesting.
words. Diaspora and phobia. So the fear, the freeze, the fog that you feel just because you're in the diaspora, we named it diaphobia. And for that, we thought that, okay, so if it's diaphobia, that means there's a different kind of confidence. You rightly said it. There's a different kind of confidence that we need when we get to the diaspora. So we called it diaspofidence.
Mm.
Yeah, so that diaspora thing. And if this diaspofidence is not there, it means that they'll be stuck in that place of confidence versus performance. So they'll be doing performance as opposed to confidence. Now, I'd love to know, Jennifer, with children across the diaspora, like you earlier said, how early do you see these children begin to tie their confidence to performance?
Very early. Very, very early. Coach, very early, far earlier than most parents think. That's the truth. By the time a child is 4 or 5, they are already interpreting messages about what makes them good, what makes them enough, what makes them acceptable. And in a new environment like the diaspora, these messages often get tangled with race, culture, and the pressure to blend in. I've worked with
Hmm.
children who were bold, brilliant, and bursting with personality back in their home countries. And then they relocate, and
Mhm.
suddenly they become quiet. They become unsure, even invisible. They start
Hmm.
tying their confidence to how well they perform. You see that? How they sound, how many friends they have, or whether they get for roles in school and stuff like that. Let me tell you a personal story. Now, when we moved to the UK, my first daughter, she was 4 at that time. She was thriving. Just weeks into reception, she was voted as the friendship buddy. Her whole class saw her as kind, warm and confident, like a leader that she is. So I thought she's fine. I was happy. But by year 1, she began to cry every single day. Mommy, no one wants to play with me. It shattered me. That's when I realized her confidence was crumbling quietly because what
Hmm.
once worked in Nigeria wasn't enough to keep her steady in a new
That's
system. That's
that's
it.
it.
Mommy, no one
Hmm.
wants to play with me anymore. I was like, She even it got to the point I said, please, can I change schools? I was stunned. This was my confident, outspoken child, the one who had no problem making friends back home. Did you see
Hmm.
that? The one who used to shine so brightly. What I didn't realize at that time was that even though she looked okay on the outside, inside she was struggling. Her
Hmm.
confidence was crumbling quietly. And if you're a
Hmm.
parent listening to me, now, please hear me. Relocation does something to a child's identity. Even the
Hmm.
confident ones can feel lost. Even the
Hmm.
bold ones can feel invisible. Even the bright ones, they can start to dim their own light just to survive.
Hmm.
So that was
Hmm.
my wake up call. It was my wake up call. I rolled up my sleeves and I got to work. I did what I knew how to do best. I intentionally began rebuilding her confidence. We
Hmm.
started, using affirmations, we created safe spaces to talk. I began using the same tools I now teach in the academy, in the courses, in the books, in the guides. Now,
Yeah.
fast forward to today. In fact, in year 2, she was elected as a school counselor. Her
Wow.
teachers began to, write amazing comments like, I see a future leader in you, you're doing so amazing. And now in year 3, her head teacher wrote in her report just recently, said, I see a future head pupil in you, a future
Hmm.
head pupil of our school in you. So
Hmm.
confidence isn't something you are born with and you keep
Hmm.
it forever. No, 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 no. It must be nurtured,
Hmm.
especially when the environment changes.
Hmm.
Your child may have come here confident, but the new system may be slowly chipping away at their confidence. That's the
Hmm.
truth. And unless you're watching carefully, you might miss the signs.
Hmm.
Until
Hmm.
it's too late, you might miss the signs. Thank
Wow.
you so much. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for sharing that really touching story. Wow. 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 A child may be losing their confidence, and
Yeah.
if you're not careful and
Yeah.
not paying attention, you may miss the signs.
That's
Thank
true.
you.
That's correct.
And who else can better say it than the confidence coach for children in the diaspora? And who else should even handle your children's confidence in the diaspora? Someone who has handled it with her kids herself. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing. Such
Thank
an
you.
while you were
While you were
speaking,
speaking.
you spoke about friends, your child struggling with making friends, and your child struggling with identity. Thank God that you are a coach yourself, and of course, you're pouring from what you have. But when we were creating the bundle that we created for professionals, we
Yeah.
created one-in-one total fitness bundle for that 21 whole guides, 21.
Sorry, amazing bundles indeed. Amazing, amazing bundles. Every person in diaspora must have those bundles. Everybody. Yes, everybody. Yeah.
21 key areas, and all of them are named with fidence, like confidence. So,
Yeah.
key fidence. We had to create a friend fidence.
Mm.
You just mentioned it that even children are struggling with it.
Yes, they are. Very well.
Struggle with making friends in the diaspora. Now, talk about a professional who has done 40 years here, 40 years in Africa, 40 years in a different nation. How would that? I have seen professionals struggle with making friends, or they just end up making a particular kind of friend, or friends that are within their.
Yeah, like them. Yeah, I get that.
And they think it's just, no, I think no, it's a confidence issue. Why can't you relate to others who are not of the same background or skin colors?
Yeah.
So, ID fidence, we have to create friend fidence, the confidence in navigating friendships in the diaspora. We have to create even name fidence.
I
And
saw
then,
it. I saw it. Amazing. Very, very transformative guides. Those are honestly, they are amazing guides. Honestly, incredible indeed.
a 4-year old, oh wow, that's a really touching story. So a 4-year-old can actually struggle with their
Oh,
confidence.
yes,
Because
she was really fun at that time.
I know you already mentioned that you saw the signs in your children, but what are
Yeah.
some signs a child can start showing that makes you as a parent to know that, okay, I need to pay careful attention, especially when children start thinking that I'm only good when I'm perfect. When they're not performance as opposed to confidence.
Mm. And this is such an important question. Sometimes they may stop trying, not
Mm,
because they are lazy, but because they are scared to fail.
mm,
They might also start overperforming because they are trying to please. They just want to please. They're afraid to disappoint. They may withdraw quietly. And you
mm.
won't even know until they've completely lost their spark. That's where intentionality comes in play. Some children
Yeah.
lose their voice, some lose their boldness, some try so hard to fit in. They
Mm.
start fading out. And the hardest part is that sometimes as parents, we think they are just adjusting. Did you see that? When in
Yeah.
fact they are shrinking. But just
Yeah.
they are thinking maybe they're just adjusting to the new environment. No, that's shrinking.
Mm,
So it
mm,
happens a lot, yes.
mm. Wow. They are not adjusting.
Mm.
We conversation for the whole of July. And part of one of the things I said in one of our live sessions is that diaphobia is not culture shock. And
No.
you just named it. It's
Mhm.
not as well. It's not culture shock. It's an absence of confidence because you're in the diaspora. Let's name it. Let's face it as well.
Exactly. That's what it is.
And listen to Coach Jennifer
That's
saying,
what it is.
it's not culture shock. You are not adjusting. You're not.
Mm-mm.
Some people will say. So in one of the lives I had to deal with some of the myths that
Yeah.
professors. Some of the myths. One of the myths was, I'm new here. I'm trying to learn the environment.
Mm.
And
That's what we tell ourselves.
it's been 16 years that you traveled. You are
And you're
still on.
still learning. When will you stop learning?
So it's not adjustment. It's not
No,
culture.
it's not.
It's borderline a chip in your confidence. Oh, thank you so much, Mom. You are giving so much meaning to this conversation, and it's such an honor to have Coach Jennifer here, the
Thank
confidence coach
you.
of children in the diaspora, the lead coach at the Exceptional You Academy. I'd love to know, ma'am. A lot of diaspora professionals were raised on survival, not affirmation. You made mention of affirmation and
Yeah.
how it helps your child. Now, a lot of diaspora professionals were raised on survival, not affirmation. How does that affect how they parent now in the diaspora? Because, of course, you work with a lot of them.
Yeah. So this is where intentionality actually comes in. We must rebuild confidence from inside out. Do you understand? Not just celebrating grades or good behavior, but affirming identity, affirming worth, voice, and uniqueness. I'll say that again. Affirming their identity, affirming worth and uniqueness. And I always say to people, I say, if you don't give your child tools, they will borrow the world's opinions. So as parents,
Oh,
we must equip them intentionally with stories, with language, with habits. and role models that affirm their value. That's why I created, the resources we use in the academy. We have the exceptional children's book series, for example, which they were my first books, born from my own desire to step out in faith, out of my comfort zone and do something bold. You see that? That's confidence. And now, guess what? Over 800 copies sold. Why? Because they work.
Yes.
Children read these books, always recommend them to their friends, to their family. They reach out to me like, my children love these books so much. They build identity, joy, self-esteem, and cultural pride. You see that? The books are available now, in physical copies, and they help children feel proud of their voice, proud of their purpose, and comfortable in who they are. And guess what, coach? I'm currently writing and creating the identity and confidence guides. My hair, my pride. I've actually had parents who reach out to me to say, my daughter hates her hair because she's the only black one in her class. I've had a mother reach out to me to say, my son told me he wants to change his skin color. I've had a lot of such cases, a whole lot. So I went to work to create the most empowering and transformational guides for diaspora children. My hair, my pride, my skin, my pride, my voice, my pride, my identity, my pride, my emotional resilience guide. A lot of them, this talks about peer pressure, like the emotional resilience guide, the pressure to fit in and stuff like that. We have Bold and Brilliant, the confidence power pack. These are currently on pre-order, actually, the guides, and they'll be available by the first week of August. Only £2 for each of the electronic copies, and of course, the physical copies are going for £5 each. But the thing is, these guides are designed to help children navigate their emotions, their voice, their culture, and their sense of self-worth, their sense of pride, with power, with pride. Let me also mention some of our courses in the academy. We have Thriving in the Diaspora with Confidence and Excellence course, a powerful course that's going to be taking place on the 25th and 26th of July this month. A course designed for children, showing them how to adapt without shrinking, equipping them to stand out and stand strong with excellence and confidence, even in a foreign land. You see that? We also have the Exceptional Confidence Bootcamp that's happening in August, a 2 weeks bootcamp happening from the 4th to 16th of August, an interactive, high-impact experience for children to grow in confidence, in emotional strength, in self-expression, all while having fun. You see that? We are working hard to make sure that these children thrive. You see? We are really, really working hard to make sure that they thrive.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Please do all you can, because when they get to adults and become professional, is a lot.
Yeah. It's better to start early. Sure.
When we're creating that 21 in 1, of course, you are an author, you know what it takes to actually sit in 21 in 1. But we looked at all of them. As a conference coach, I've had to deal with clients who come in, and some of them were stars back home. I've had heads of departments, high-stake professionals, travel abroad and they are lost. And you made mention of they had to create hair feedance guide, for instance.
Oh yeah, very important, honestly.
We had to create skin feedance guide. It's in the 21 in 1. We had to create feedance guide. We had to create voice feedance guide.
Great. Amazing, honestly. It's so much needed at this time, honestly.
So before the class, they tell me all kinds of challenges they have. When we walk into the class, I'm like, but I can hear your voice here.
Yeah.
I don't think you lost your voice. I think that you need voice feeding. So after working with quite a number of them, I just said that, okay, all of this 21, let's put them all together. Let's bundle it up and challenge one sample. An amazing job in there to actually help them get by. And I'm hoping that every single parent in the diaspora, as you work on your journey, please work with your children as well.
Yeah.
Work with your children so that they don't get lost, because your confidence is your everything. It's your true elegance.
Everything.
Your confidence is elegance. So, ma'am, let's continue this conversation. It's been such a good time having you here. What are some things? Yes. Do you think that children can sense when their parents are secretly insecure?
Of course they can. Of course they can. This isn't just a child thing, just as you've said, you've pointed out correctly. You understand? Adults deal with this as well. And children can see it. Let me share something quickly. Last year at work, my manager offered me a rare opportunity, a training that would lead to a double promotion. So others were actually lobbying for it, but I never did. I didn't even, well, he said, Jennifer, we've watched your work. Your results speak for you. But unfortunately, because I actually had to turn it down because it required a lot of traveling. And in my current season of life, that wasn't realistic for me. So I had to turn it down. But that experience reminded me, confidence isn't about pushing or even politicking. It's about showing up consistently with excellence. When you own your value, opportunities find you. And that's exactly the mindset we must teach our children. You don't have to shout. You just have to shine. You don't have to blend in. You were born to stand out. I'll tell you another thing that happened a few months ago. One of those moments that truly, truly opened my eyes. I was in church. Now, let me just give a little context, okay? My church here in the UK is predominantly British. And when I say British, I mean British, British, if you know what that means. My family is one of just two black families in the entire congregations. No Asians, no Africans, just my family and another family that's mixed South African and Nigerian. So we are two black families. It's a beautiful community, all right? But let's be honest, it's easy to feel like the odd one out when no one looks like you or sounds like you. Okay? Now, the church is owned by a British couple, amazing British couple, and the board of trustees is made up entirely of British people, all very experienced and all older. Like the youngest member of the board should be probably in her late 50s. Yeah. So you can imagine my surprise when, after a regular Sunday service, just a few months ago, one of these lovely ladies came and sat beside me. She looked at me, she smiled warmly, and she said, "We, the board, would love to have you join us. There's a lot we believe we can learn from you." I was like, really? I didn't even know they were watching me. Honestly, I wasn't campaigning. I wasn't trying to prove anything at all. I was just being myself, showing up, smiling, serving, doing my bit. Did you see that? And that's when it hit me. You don't have to be loud to be noticed. You don't have to, be older to be honored. You don't even have to be in the room. Sometimes your impact walks in before you get there. What these women, old enough to be my mom and my aunties, what they saw in me was confidence, excellence, and a quiet strength. They didn't see skin color. Did you see that? They saw value. They didn't see age. They saw wisdom and contribution. And that's what, I want you to catch today as parents. Confidence is about noise. It's about presence. It's about being prepared. It's about being positioned and excellent, even when no one is clapping. It's about being consistent, not just impressive. It's about knowing who you are and showing up fully, no matter where you are. Here's the beautiful thing. If you own your worth, others will eventually recognize it. But if you keep shrinking, if you keep hiding, if you keep second guessing yourself, people will take your cue and overlook you. I didn't speak the loudest. I didn't wear a badge. But I walked in confidence. I served with integrity. I showed up with humility. And that opened doors. That really opened doors. Confidence opens doors for you. Parents, let me ask you, do your children feel like they have to shrink to fit in? Do you feel like you've lost a bit of your shine since relocating? Here's the truth. Confidence is not automatic in the diaspora. It must be nurtured intentionally because the environment is different. The rules are unspoken. The pressure to conform is real. It's very, very real. So let me ask you again and be honest with yourselves here, right? Are you showing up in the fullness of who you are? Or have you been shrinking quietly just to fit in? What message are your children picking up from how you carry yourself? Because here's the thing, our children don't just hear what we say, They mirror
Yes.
what we do. They mirror what we do. So please, let's model right to these children. Thank you, Coach.
Whoa, whoa, that was so much fire, Coach Jenny. And she will not finish talking and keep her face like she didn't say anything. Come, I love it. Awesome, awesome. Just you're taking this room feel of so much wisdom and insight. And a huge congratulations. In fact, a confidence coach indeed. It takes a lot of confidence to actually be in a place where it seems like you are odd, yet you do not feel like you are odd.
I don't feel it.
This faith matter, right? Part of the 2101 guide, we have to create Godfidence.
Yeah.
So, and that's what you showed right in that congregation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
True.
God, I don't care your skin color, I don't care your nationality. If I'm finding my God in this organization, this
I remember.
congregation, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a whole lot of confidence. I remember humorously, my father and the Lord happened to be in one of the nations, and he said he should come and join Black Preachers Association. He said he's not joining.
What's that?
He's from Nigeria. He said, I am a
What is
not just
that, please? Oh my
a
God.
preacher, what a lot of confidence.
Oh my
And
goodness.
he kept on saying, because that was the conversation, in church and to preachers. It's like, how do you travel abroad and you want to just segment yourself into
I don't
one kind of
understand.
a lot of Godfidence for you? And truly, that's what those people saw. That's what
Yeah.
the church members they come join our board. They saw
Yeah.
that Godfidence. If I'm going to serve my God here, I'm going to be confident in my process. I don't care the skin color. Unlike, my father in the honestly also say that this is black. There is nobody that is this color. So you should stop calling yourself black.
Yeah. That's true. That's also very true.
Yes, yes, you should stop that. There's nobody like that, right? And this whole thing has been there. And you said something really powerful that confidence in the diaspora is not automatic.
No, it's not.
Confidence
It's not at
is
all.
automatic. I have see this shrinking thing, right? It's been a thing for me. So I have seen a lot of people who are shining stars back at
Mhm.
home. And they are looking for them. They go to school, they were shining back here. They go to school and it is
Just
nothing to write home.
disappear.
Yes. I had to start my first degree. I did a course that required for me to go and do a year outside Nigeria, outside the nation. And it was a completely different, it's French speaking nation because I did French my first year. And I
Okay.
saw shining stars went to this French nation and they were lost.
Mhm.
But one thing that happened to me was it was literally as if I would call my mom my confidence coach.
Oh
She kept
wow.
on
Amazing.
certain things she kept on saying each time she called. And I was even wondering at some point I'm like, mommy, the call is too much. But thinking about it years back, I was seeing that that's what she was doing. She would always call and she'd be like, don't see yourself as this. You are
Yeah.
in that helps me. Do you know that our brightest student here before we traveled to the French country lost it over there?
Oh no. Oh no. Did you see
And
that?
yes, and to the glory of God, I came back as the best.
Wow.
As the
Congratulations. Amazing.
yes, I came back on 5.0. But the
Wow.
major thing was that I became more intelligent because it's more difficult, and that was my first time leaving home, like
That's
leaving.
it.
But I didn't lose it. I didn't lose my confidence. I didn't lose anything. I came back with my best performance from a foreign nation. But I saw my classmates lose it. Our shining, in fact, the department was like, what happened to our shining star? But looking at it years down the line, when I now entered into the journey of confidence coaching, I knew that, something happened to that shining star.
That's it. Yeah.
She was the kind of shining star that was on a 5.0 from year one.
Wow.
That's how smart she was. So you can imagine at year three, coming back after year three, she fell really bad. And she was not the only one. There were so many persons like that. People came from other nations to experience the same thing. And that
Mm.
was just a year program. And people came back and they were lost. So
Um,
because coach, I was able to just easily, when I started seeing it amongst professionals in the
yeah.
diaspora, Chinese staff. I had a client this client was leading the medical team. I don't want to call the name of the hospital, but it's one of the biggest hospitals in Nigeria. One of the biggest. She was leading that team for years. She went to the diaspora and was lost. In
It
fact, when
happens a lot, a whole lot. I see that a lot. Yeah.
she lost herself, and she's like, God, I need confidence. When she was chatting with me, she was reaching out to the team, and then she said she wanted a one-on-one session. Then we finally had a physical meeting. I'm like, but ma'am, the result I was getting from the team, you don't look here. You don't look like someone who is actually lost, like you claim. So you don't get it. That was when I knew that. Oh, so when it's in her home, or people that look like people from her home, she's in her skin. But
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
so
You
I had to
nailed
do
it.
like I have seen some of them. So for her, one of the things she was struggling with was her accent. So she had this strong Yoruba accent, for
Yeah.
instance, and it kept on bothering her, and so she couldn't speak in meetings. So they never knew that this was the head of such a huge hospital back at home. So she was literally hidden. So
Hmm.
part of what in that 21 guy was also accent confidence.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
My question is, what if the accent changes? What if it never changes? There's some people who have the mother tongue interference is huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge. What if you study languages? Because I did French, like we did a lot of language study, mother tongue interference study, and all that. There are people who would study the language for years, and that interference will still be there. So I know that
Definitely.
accent sometimes for some people it never changes. I know
Definitely.
it from
Yeah.
background. So the question I ask is, what if the accent never changes? Will you be silent forever?
For that. No.
So
The
thank you
truth
so
is, the
much.
accent didn't even stop them in the first place, really.
This conversation is amazing. I'd like to ask, let's get a bit practical now. What is one thing a parent can say or do this week for joining this live, for joining this conversation? Something they can say or do this week that can build real confidence, not just surface praise.
Yeah. Like in their children, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, don't even assume that your child is okay just because they are quiet. Don't wait till they break down before you start building them up, right? Don't be afraid to ask for help as well,
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'll be honored to support your child on this journey. That's the truth. But what you can do is actually affirming your child. I said earlier, affirm your child. Build their confidence from in out. All right. So don't praise them for their grades or no, build their confidence. Like affirm who they are, affirm their personality, their identity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Role play scenarios for them. Sometimes they struggle in schools with, people side talks and all of it. So role play those scenarios, prepare them ahead of time for such things. When people will tell them things like, you're too dark to be or maybe someone, I think I heard someone say, you look like burnt toast. You can imagine that. So role play scenarios, tell them people can see this. This is how you respond. This is how you
Respond.
should respond to it.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Prepare them ahead of time. And every day, when they come back from school or from wherever they go to, ask questions. How did you feel today? Did anything make you feel, left out and stuff like that? In fact, these are, I wrote a book, 100 Questions Diaspora Children Ask, and how parents can respond with wisdom. I was able to talk about a lot of these questions and how we parents can actually respond because even we ourselves, the children are asking a whole lot of questions and we must be able to answer with intentionality and with wisdom. Do you see that? So please, let's begin to build them up. Let's not just assume they are fine. Like I assumed my daughter was fine because she was doing well at that time. Don't assume they are fine. Begin to build them up. Begin to build them up. Affirm them. Let them feel heard and seen. Create a safe space in your house where they feel safe to ask questions, where they feel safe to, air their views, to speak to you. And of course, also sign up for the Thriving in Diaspora course that's happening this month. It's happening on the 25th to 26th of July. It's going to be an amazing and life transforming course for your child. Don't let your child miss that course. Also, sign up for the Exceptional Confidence Bootcamp that's happening in August. That will equip your child with a lot of skills, a whole lot of skills to thrive in their new, home. It's amazing. It's really, really gonna be wow. That's all I can say. Of course, grab your book series, pre-order the guides that are coming in August. Let's raise children who are not just well behaved, but who are whole, who are bold, and who are exceptional. This is very important.
Awesome, awesome. It's been good having Coach Jennifer here. Coach Jennifer joining us all the way from the UK, and she's the confidence coach and lead coach at the Exceptional You Academy. And Coach Jennifer is the confidence coach for children, especially in the diaspora. She's been on this diaspora movement for a while, and it gives me so much joy to see that someone is trying to save the
Yeah.
people who their parents are not to. Before you go, Mama, I'd like to know, it's been so good having you here. What happens when a child is parented by someone who hasn't healed their own confidence story?
Ah,
What happens?
wow, that's such an important question. As I said earlier, children learn, they do what we do. They mirror what we do. Whatever we model to our children is what they become. That's the truth. You can build your you can, send your child for confidence coaching and everything. If they come home to meet you and they still see that shrinking in you, that is what they would, leave out. So it's very important that we build ourselves up. Did you see that? It's very key. You have to build your confidence. As I said, nurture your confidence intentionally. It's not something that you just leave to chance. No. Even if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the sake of your children. Because whatever you model is what they become. That's the truth. It's that simple. Whatever you model, we must model right for our children. They mirror what you do. They don't really do what you say alone. No, they mirror what you do. So please, if you want to see your children grow in confidence, you have to begin your own confidence
Yeah.
work. Grow in confidence yourself. Then you can also get your children to build their own confidence, in the right environment.
Yes, and yes, we're here for you. That's why we created the 21 in 1 Total
Yeah.
Confidence Diaspora
Yes, I think
Bundle.
everybody should get those guides really. I think so. Because they are powerful guides. They will really,
Mm,
really help you. Yes.
yes, interestingly, the Thriving in Diaspora class that Coach Jennifer has for children, I'm privileged. I'll be speaking there as well for that class
Yeah.
to the parents
Yeah.
of the children. To be a holistic thing, like Coach Jennifer rightly mentioned, and she says that the diaspora is different. It's
Very, very
totally
different. What works in
so.
Nigeria, what works in your home country will not work here. That's the truth.
Mm, mm.
Yeah,
And
that's the
so the
truth.
confidence that you carried from home, because it's a different thing, by the time you get to the airport, that confidence goes back to your home. It doesn't It doesn't take the flight with you. It drops at the airport because I mean you are going to a different nation and you need to work on your confidence consciously. Work on your children, and then you get the 21 in 1 bundle. This bundle is something that is way worth more than what we're giving it for. But if you
Oh,
join the flight,
sure.
the 21 of them for just 21,000 naira.
Mhm.
Or for just 21,000 naira. I mean it's a
Wow.
giveaway because
Wow. That's what a giveaway. Wow.
I've had to work with so many professionals and I've seen that this is a big problem. So the guides, each of the guides comes with, Jennifer talked about affirmations a whole lot. So there'll be affirmations, there are confidence cards for you as a professional, and it can help you come out of whatever confidence crisis you are facing right there in the diaspora. And for everyone who joins the flash sale room, we'll be having the Confidence in the Diaspora Masterclass for free, only for those who get this 21 in 1 bundle as as a complimentary. That will now show you how to work with these 21 guys. And yes, it's been good having Coach Jennifer of the Exceptional You Academy, the confidence coach that your child in the diaspora needs. So yes,
Very
if you
best
want
of
to
them
go
all.
follow the yes,
Yeah.
yes. So Jennifer would help you work through that journey. We'll be letting Coach Jennifer go right now. It's been such an honor having you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's such a beautiful time having you here.
Thank
So
you so much, Coach Grace. I really do appreciate the opportunity. It's such an honor being here, and I really enjoyed every bit of this conversation. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. We're going to let you go now. So let's talk, my dear busy professional in the diaspora. The conversation we've had today is on confidence over performance. So the question is, are you working in confidence or performance? It's been such an amazing conversation, and I do not want to leave you like that. I want to show you what you can go with tonight. Most importantly, to show you that confidence is the goal, not performance. Lots and lots of diasporas are in the place of performance. They're just performing. Just performing. That was such a powerful segment with Coach Jennifer right there. And you know, so many of us are parents while healing. No wonder we were stretched thin. You're trying to parent confident children, but you too are struggling with your confidence crisis. But now I want to speak with you directly. You know I'm called to you, right? Yes. I'm the confidence coach called to busy professionals just to teach you 3 life skills: smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. But you know, because quite a number of these people are people in the diaspora, and I've had to work with them, and I've seen that those in the diaspora have different kind of confidence crisis. So we've been creating this for you this whole July, talking about confidence in the diaspora. All right. So I want to show you a lot of what looks like confidence is just well-rehearsed survival. That's what most professionals in diaspora are doing. It's looking like it's confidence, but it's just a rehearsed performance. Okay? One quiet room, one piece of criticism, one failed attempt, and suddenly the professional is shaking. The expert is shaking. That is not confidence. That is borrowed bravery. And it runs out fast. It doesn't last. What we want for you is unshakable confidence. Did you hear what Coach Jennifer said? She says that some children go to school and someone says to them, "You look like burnt cookies or burnt whatever." If you do not have unshakable confidence, that little criticism is worthy, is enough to take away everything that you're struggling with. Now, if you ever said, "I feel strong in public but lost in private," this conversation is for you. I want to show you 10 myths that hurt diaspora professionals. 10 myths that you need to work away from. Let me run through 10 lies that we as professionals in the diaspora have believed about confidence. If you hear yourself in any of these, it's time to unlearn and rebuild. And I will also show you how. Number 1, confidence equals loudness. When Coach Jennifer was sharing her story, she said something really powerful. That she didn't have to be loud in that church. She didn't have to be anything noisy. Confidence is in loudness. That's a myth that most professionals think. They believe. They believe that, no, I don't, when they say confidence, they think it's loudness. No, it's not. Number 2, confidence equals being the smartest in the room. No. No. Number 3, confidence comes after you achieve. Big, fat lie. If your confidence has to be based on achievement, then it's performance, it's not confidence. Number 4, only extroverts are confident. Interestingly, as a confidence coach, I have worked with more extroverts who are nowhere near confident. Yes. What you call sanguines, right? Those are the people that really, most times, are struggling with confidence crisis. I've had to work with a lot of them. Number 5, confidence means never doubting yourself. No, that's not true. Number 6, confidence comes from praise. No, it doesn't come from praise. Number 7, confidence equals perfect execution. No, please. Perfection is not confidence. Number 8, confidence equals being liked. No, no. Number 9, if you're not confident by now, you will never be. Please, dear professional, do not believe this. If you've never been confident, this is the time to take it. Yesterday, we shared something really powerful on our lives, and you can catch all of them on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook. They're all there. We said, you're not too black, you're not too old, you're not too late to build confidence. It's one series that you need to catch up with as well. Number 10, confidence equals the absence of fear. No. Let me tell you the truth. This is my utmost definition of confidence. And my definition is confidence is the willingness to try. That means that the lack of confidence is actually the unwillingness to try. So, confidence is the willingness to try. And that's it. So, I want to show you this, right? All of these myths are things that you should not even have. That's why I don't teach surface confidence. I teach you ID-fidence confidence. And did you hear what Coach Jennifer said about how she was able to rebuild her daughter's ID-fidence? How she was able to rebuild her daughter's worth, her self-fidence, and get it back. Now, ID-fidence means that you are no longer afraid of being seen without the mask. You are no longer afraid of being called the African girl. What's wrong with being the African girl? You need to wear your ID with confidence. Performance-based confidence is not it. Identity-based confidence comes from applause. All those confidence the kind of confidence that comes from your performance is motivated by proving, it's motivated by applause from people. When your confidence depends on being perfect, you will keep shrinking. No, you will keep shrinking. You won't even know who the real you is. You will expand even when things go wrong. You keep stretching yourself because you want to prove a point. The real shift happens when you realize you are not too much. You are just under-affirmed. You need to agree that this is what's happening to you. When you stop seeking external permission to be who you already are, who God has made you to be. You just need to accept who you are. When you say no more performing, when you say I'll be secure even when I am unseen, that's what confidence is. I am secure. Yes, it feels like nobody's seeing me or whatever it is, but I am seen. Now, step into your confidence. If this conversation stirred something in you this night, if you're tired of shrinking, you're tired of hiding, you're tired of withdrawing, one thing you need to do is to stop the pretense and you need to get these tools. This 21 in 1 bundle has been created for you. I named it the Total Fidence in the Diaspora bundle. Do you know why I called it Total Fidence? Because when we say confidence in the diaspora, it doesn't cut it. So I had to call it total fidence. What you need in the diaspora is actually something that is total, something that is complete, something that is whole. Because you were confident back home, but it didn't join you over there. So let's create something that is more whole for you. In that bundle, you will learn how to silence self-doubt. The self-doubt is making you shrink. The self-doubt is making you take jobs you have no business taking. You need to learn how to silence it. You need to learn how to start self-sabotaging. You need to learn how to stop it. You will learn with this bundle how to stop the self-sabotage, how to be a voice that doesn't shake when the room goes quiet. Most professionals, the moment the room goes quiet, everything is gone. So it's all performance. It's all achievement, success, trying to be perfect. This is not just it. That's not confidence. The 21 in 1 bundle is your gift from me to you. It's my way of helping every single professional in the diaspora to leave the place where they are stuck, to leave the place where they are struggling, to leave the place of self-sabotage. You have performed long enough. Dear professional diaspora, it is long overdue. It's time to be rooted. It's time to be unshakable. It's time for the difference that you need in your self-trust, in your confidence. So don't just be seen, be secure. What you want to do is to send us a DM saying total or diaspora, and we give you the link to get the 21 in 1 bundle. It's still up for grab for just 21,000 naira. But immediately after the flash sale, it will go up for 4,500 naira each guide. That's almost 100,000 naira to get the 21, if not more than that. So you want to just dive in and get it now that it's just 21,000 naira. And you can use the link in our bio to also access it as well. And you'll be taken to where you can get it through the link in our bio. You need to get this, guys. You also need to tell every single professional diaspora that you know. You heard it from a confidence coach for children diaspora said that this is a big deal. People are really struggling, but do not struggle alone. We are sent for you. I am sent for you. I am sent to you. I am made for you. The Smart Speakers Academy is here to get every single busy professional out of the place of struggling with their confidence to the place of unshakable confidence right there in the diaspora. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll continue again on Monday with the Confidence in the Diaspora series. You do not want to miss Monday. Monday, we're going further and further in this conversation. And it's by 1 p.m. to just 1:30 p.m. on Monday. For Mondays to Fridays, we're here 1 p.m. And then on Saturdays, again, we're here for 7 p.m. One thing you want to do is mark your calendar, set your timers, and just come in during your break 1 p.m. weekdays to actually sit and have this conversation. My greatest desire is that every single professional in the diaspora thrive in the diaspora. You can't be hiding because you're in a different environment when there's a way for you to step out of that place and win that place. You have been sent there to shine, not to shrink. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Spread the word to every single professional you know in the diaspora. I'll see you again on Monday at 1 p.m. Follow this page if you are not. Go to our YouTube channel, Smart Speakers Academy, and subscribe. All of our videos are there. We keep sharing daily content that can help you achieve smart reading, smart thinking, and of course, smart speaking. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am Leslie Grace, the founder of the Smart Speakers Academy, and it's been good having you tonight. I'll see you again at 1 p.m. on Monday. This is the Smart World.